Welcome to RAAONLINE. I'm Sudha Seshayan, Faculty of Anatomy here, and I shall be doing the embryology material for you. Embryology is a very interesting subject, and that is what we all think and we all understand. In fact, looking at the embryo and attempting to learn as to how it grows is extremely curious. And I'm sure all of us are waiting to look into the folds of the embryo and learn more and more. However, before we go into the embryo proper, isn't it necessary that we learn some of the basics of embryology? And to refresh our memories, here are certain basic facts. All of us are aware that an organism, any living organism for that matter, is made up of individual units called cells. These cells are the individual units of independent life. What do I mean by saying independent life? Every cell can live on its own, and that is what is meant by saying that it's an independent life of the individual unit. And how are new cells added? By division, of course. All of us know that there are cellular divisions, and these divisions add up to the new cells. So we can say new cells arise by subdivision of the pre-existing cells. And how do new generations of the organism arise? In other words, how does one organism propagate its species? New generations arise from cells which have been liberated from the parental body. So let's have these two definitions clear. New cells within an organism arise by subdivision of pre-existing cells. New generations of the species arise from liberated cells of the parental body. Reproductive organs are, of course, organs of the organism, isn't it? Now, these reproductive organs are characterized by the production of germ cells. Germ cells are responsible for the subsequent generations to arise from. So, what are the germ cells that we shall be looking into as far as the human embryo is concerned? On one side, the female germ cell or the ovum. On the other side, the male germ cell or the spermatozoon. I shall not tell you right now the details of spermatogenesis and oogenesis, but then would want you to understand a basic fact. We were talking about the liberated cells, cells which have liberated from the parental body. Now please remember, however large in size it is, the ovum, when it leaves the ovary, or in other words, when it leaves the parental body, is a single cell only. I have a reason to emphasize this, and please do remember that the ovum, when it leaves the ovary, is a single cell. Similarly, a spermatozoon is a single cell when it leaves the organism's body. Why am I emphatic about this? A single cell on one side, the ovum, another single cell on the other side, the spermatozoon. Both these unite once again to form a single cell from which the embryo would start. An ovum and a spermatozoon unite and constitute a single cell by fusion. And this single cell is the starting point of a new life, the starting point of what we would henceforth call the embryo, and start defining its growth and development. This fused single cell is otherwise called the fertilized ovum, or to merge the terms ovum and spermatozoa, it's called the oosperm. Fertilized ovum or the oosperm is the starting point of the human embryo. Right. After these basic facts into our thinking, let's define certain terms which we shall be repeatedly using. Whenever we talk about an embryo, or even think about an embryo, we also think that the embryo grows. The embryo will have to grow to become a wholesome individual. Now, what is growth? This is a term that we keep on using repeatedly. And how much do we know about this term? Growth will mean increase in size? Yes. So can we say it's increase? Growth will mean increase in dimensions. Something becomes larger and bigger? Yes. So can we say growth is expansion? Growth will mean increase in the functional capacity. Don't we say, my daughter has grown and she is a grown-up now? So will it mean growth is development? Growth will also indicate increase in number. The community has grown. The society has grown. The village has grown to have more number of houses. So does it mean growth will be synonymous with proliferation? Yes, you're right. The term growth is almost synonymous with all the other terms like increase, expansion, development, proliferation. However, from a biological perspective, growth and development are two different terms that we shall be repeatedly referring to. These two different terms will have to be understood the right way. In biology, in zoology, in life sciences, growth is increase in size or mass, and development is a functional maturity. Development is the process of increase in capacity or skill. So on one side, growth appears to be mere physical expanse, mere physical increase in size. But development appears to be something which is functional, something that leads the organism from one level of maturity to another level of maturity.